Welcome back again today. Today we'll be looking at features of connected speech. Features of connected speech. Whether you're involved in public speaking or you have the opportunity of talking to a large group of people, there are rules that govern the way you sound. For you to sound smooth and for your speech to have a touch of eclectic beauty, there are features of connected speech that you need to abide to. There are a lot of them, but we'll just be looking at a few. So we'll be looking at pitch, diction, pace, word grouping, pause. We already treated stress, rhythm, and intonation. So let's go on quickly now to look at pitch, 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 pitch. So pitch refers to the various dimensions and levels of vocal output. The various dimensions and levels of vocal output. It's also how low or high the voice quality is. So when you're talking at the top of your voice, we say that your pitch is high. And then when you kind of reduce it, as in this case, we see that your pitch is low. So depending on the emotion that you're trying to express, your pitch can take either of the high or the low form. So, pitch can reflect different emotions ranging from triumph, love, joy, sobriety, sadness, or anger. So, the next feature of connected speech is diction. Diction basically refers to your ability to pronounce words clearly, distinctly, and elegantly. So of course, a fine diction adds value and clarity to your message, while a poor diction affects adversely the performance of the speaker. So a lot of persons confuse diction with talking with an accent. I always like to clarify at this point that diction talks about your ability to pronounce your words clearly. You then choose whether you want to add an accent to it or not. But diction simply talks about your ability to pronounce your words clearly. And your ability to pronounce words clearly refines your speech every time you open your mouth to speak. Next feature of connected speech is pace. Pace. So the pace refers to the speed motion, the speed motion that is ascribed to the delivery of your script. So the effective use of pace is dependent on the nature of the event. For instance, the brief program and the directive of the producer. A calm, assured pace helps the fidelity of a message. So you don't want to be too fast because you don't want to sound incoherent, and then you don't want to be too slow because at some point, if there are too many pauses, which we'll be looking at very quickly soon, you distort the message. So that's the value of pacing correctly. And then another feature of connected speech is word grouping. Word grouping. Word refers to the packing of sentences into convenient groups in order to sustain the theme of the intended message. So your ability to group your sentences correctly, group the words correctly. You don't want to have a mouthful of words and then you sound like you're trying to quickly catch your breath. So you have to also put into consideration the number of words you're able to pull out and not sound like you're trying so hard to catch your breath. So the word grouping is actually determined by what we refer to as the five W's and H. Five W's and H. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. Another feature of connected speech is pause. Pause here refers to the regular short stoppages in our utterances or presentation efforts. A pause can be used to achieve suspense. It also helps to regain your breath for smooth delivery. So, like I said earlier, the wrong application of pause can change the meaning of the message. If you apply pause in the wrong place, it can change the meaning of the message totally. Then another feature of connected speech is rhythm. Rhythm is a consistent product of proper plus stress. Sorry, reading is a consistent product of proper stress placement. The consistent product of proper stress placement. So your wrong stress will erase rhythm, and its place will be what you call staccato, when you have just a combination of words without any form of rhythm, then it's staccato. Then now your intonation. Your intonation is the methodical rise and fall of the voice for proper inflection. You know, if for instance you're delivering spoken word, you expect that your intonation at some point would give suspense. At some point, you want to create awareness in your listeners. So that will be all with the features of connected speech for today. Thank you once again for joining us on your Speak Right series. Remember, when you speak right, you become a right speaking person.